Hi Aquarius, welcome to your October 2021 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Aquarius, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, excuse me, a more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. For your actions and interactions with the world at large, in October, you get the World card, right? So tapping into your locality or your community in some way, shape or form this month, which I absolutely love for you. The other thing is as well, remember the World card often shows up when we are about to graduate in some way, shape or form. What are you ready to master? What do you believe you have mastered? And more importantly, what is it that you keep telling yourself you don't know enough of to do as yet? I'll give you a really good example. For me personally, tarot, no problem. When it comes to astrology, I feel shaky. I feel like, you know, any minute now someone's going to be like, you fraud! You don't know what you're talking about! Which is ridiculous, right? I've been studying astrology for a while now. I'd say probably in earnest about 5 years. And I don't know why. I just, when it comes to that aspect, it's like I can't claim to know about it. Like there's a part of me that's like, no, you don't know anything about this. You know, I have moments with my card reading as well, and I think that's healthy. In fact, I actually learnt that from a tutor, and he said, you know, whatever you do, no matter how good you may be at it, always approach it from the idea that you know, you're only making educated guesses. And I was like, yeah, I kind of like that, and it feels right to me. So this month, my dear Aquarians, what is it that you are ready to really sink into? What is it that you are ready to own? What is it that you know you are actually ready to graduate? Yeah, and need to put more time or more effort into, not the skill itself, but understanding that you are in some way, shape or form accomplished, mastered or have mastery in said sphere, right? The other thing with this World card as well, it is your community. So in a lot of ways, this suggests to me that there is a local connection that's coming in some way. Maybe this is you inserting yourself more so into the local community, you know, like spending more time with the people that are around you. For your communications and conversations, you have the 9 of Pentacles. This is beautiful, right? Especially for communications, because this is you finding a group, finding a tribe, and it's one that you truly feel connected to. The 9 of Pentacles is beauty and refinement, and it's the best that you can have of whatever you have. In your communications, it suggests that even with that Mercury retrograde, that powerful retrograde that's going to be taking place in the sign of Libra, remember this energy, the energy of the Mercury retrograde is offering a trine to your own sign, right? So a trine is an easy, harmonious element. Because it's a retrograde, it's a retracing, a redoing, a reconnecting of some sort. And it's pouring that positive energy into your communications here with this 9 of Pentacles. What I love about this as well, this could see you broadening your reach. It could see you picking something that you'd put down up. It could also see you going back in. It's kind of like one of those, I remember hearing a bodybuilder talk about this, and he said like when you reach a plateau, what they'll usually do is take a week off, do absolutely nothing, and then when they go back they can, do you know what I mean? Like continue on and start smashing levels again. This kind of feels like that. It's like you're going back to something this month, and when you pick it back up, it's like, yeah, this is like riding a bike. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a community aspect to this as well. Like, I mean, for me, I hope it has something to do with dance. I mean, I'm never going to go back to performing, right? But I would love to go back to a class or whatever. So this could be something like that for, you know, I'm an Aquarius sun. So this could be something like that. And that's just to give you an example of how this could show up for you. When it comes to the work, this Nine of Pentacles with the World card, that's recognition of some sort. It is acknowledgement, maybe not necessarily an accolade, but it could certainly be a nod from the universe, from your peers, from your colleagues, from a boss even, just to say, I see you, you're doing good, you're doing well. So nice, I'll take that. All right, for your love and relations, you have the Emperor. So for those of you that are single, this month, there could be a new connection that is forged for you. This is very possible. And if this is the case, because you've got the World card here and you've got this Emperor and the Nine of Pentacles, if you're meeting someone, this person's going to be very easy on the eyes. Don't let that fool you, right? And I know you're probably thinking like, oh my God, why are they bad? Like, no, it's not that at all. This is somebody that's actually a lot. If this person, first of all, there's going to be an age gap between you, right? That's the first thing you need to be aware of. Second, this person's going to be very easy on the eyes. Those things can sometimes throw up barriers or assumptions or whatever. If this person is younger than you, make no mistake, they are intelligent, right? They got smarts. If this person is older than you, make no mistake, this person's got jokes and they know how to have a good time, and they're probably just as youthful, if not as, you know, more so than you are. It's like this month, if you're meeting somebody, first of all, what you see as potentially, you know, maybe just fun or just something on the surface, or, you know, just see where it goes, it could end up developing into a lot more. And you may be surprised at that because of the assumptions that you form from the get-go, right? So just be aware that that is the case. But yeah, I like this for the love sector. It could definitely be a good month on that level. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term relationships, this is beautiful, right? Because that Emperor card suggests that you guys are actually making more time for the relationship. It's like, okay, you know what? Usually we would go out and do this, this, and this, but actually no, you know what? I'm going to sit back and we're going to enjoy just our time together. It's like you're making the relationship the priority. And then because it is the Emperor, this month, if you're in a relationship or a long-term commitment, you're learning something new about each other. Like there's a new level of intimacy or depth that is reached this month, which is absolutely beautiful. All right, for your money and materials, you have the Two of Pentacles. You've got this here with the World card, right? And in a lot of ways, about that. So for your money and materials, you have the Two of Pentacles. In a lot of ways, this could see you making some important decisions financially this month. You've got it next to the Emperor. So if you are partnered, married, or in a long-term relationship, maybe something about your finances or the partner's finances needs to come up for review. It also could suggest that this month you're having to look at the budget, what you're spending, where you're spending it, why you're spending it, and whether it actually is a necessity or whether it's just something that's, you know, frivolous. Now, that being said, the Two of Pentacles could also see you working on an idea to increase the money in some way, and the support that you need is absolutely there, especially with this. I mean, that World card as well almost suggests to me that whatever ideas you have, they are supported by the right people. So in some way, shape or form, you could definitely get ahead this month. For your first week of the month, you have the Tree of Life. Now, this card is very, very interesting to me because as I read it, it represents divine intervention and assistance. And you've got this with the World card. You could be called upon, and this, whenever I see this card, it reminds me of the Optimus Prime line in Transformers, and he says, fate rarely calls upon us at a moment of our choosing, which basically says you're never going to be ready for that moment. But this month, right out of the gate, it appears, in some way, shape or form, the right group, the right crew, the right connections could show up for you. You may be approached by somebody that asks for your opinion, or maybe wants to tap into your expertise in some way, shape or form, which is amazing. The other thing that comes up with this as well, it is when I say divine intervention and assistance, yes, it can be all of the great stuff, absolutely, but it could just as easily see you being maybe something withheld from you, right? And at the time you might think, oh no, I can't believe I missed that opportunity, or why hasn't this happened? It's kind of like one of those times where you apply for a job, you get offered the job, or you lose out on the thingy, and then you find out that the company went bust 6 months later. So do you know what I mean? It could be one of those moments as well. So pay attention to this, because you're going to see how it will show up for you personally. All in all though, I really like this because it feels like you're aligning with the right people in October in some way, shape or form. It may be slow to go. So, you know, don't get hung up on the speed of everything, but just consider for your wrong deck. Second week of the month, you've got the Hanged Man. The second week of the month, you are invited to just enjoy what you have. Don't seek to create more. Don't push. Don't hurry. Don't, like, literally. This with the Nine of Pentacles, it's about being embodied. It's about being where you are. It's about standing still in some way, shape or form. It's about being present, right? The Hanged Man is a card of waiting, patience and stillness and reassessment. You couple that then with the Nine of Pentacles, and you're really being asked to embody the experience that you have, to be present where you are, especially in your conversations and your communications. When it comes to your work as well, you're also being reminded to ease into it. Don't force anything this month, especially not in this second week. For your third week of the month, you have the Tower. Of course you do. This could be a clash that happens. Now, interestingly enough, I don't necessarily feel this is specifically going to be you or in your relationships. For those of you that are single, I feel like this could be where you meet somebody that completely smacks you between the eyes, and maybe you're a bit like, okay, I don't really know what to do with this. In a lot of ways, I think this is wonderful. I think this is actually really great. I will say to you as well, for those of you that are partnered or in marriages, there could be something that a partner shares with you this month in the third week of the month that kind of makes you go, oh, okay, I'm not really sure what we're going to do about this, but we'll approach it together. It doesn't seem like a problem. It just seems like some really surprising information. Maybe it's that they, you know, want another child and you're like, oh, okay, I thought we were done. Cool. Maybe they say, oh, you know what, I don't want any more children, or, you know, maybe it's that they tell you that they want to move. Whatever it is that they tell you, it's going to be something that you will have to take a moment to assimilate, because it kind of feels like they're throwing a bit of a spanner in the works. It's not a bad thing. It's just going to be a surprising thing. For your fourth week of the month, you have the Faith card, which is the Hierophant. So I did think this when I saw the Two of Pentacles next to the Emperor, but because of the position of it, I kind of didn't want to say. But this suggests to me, with the Two of Pentacles, there could be some interesting developments or conversations with a financial institution over the course of this month, especially at the end of it. Between the third and the fourth week of the month of October, this is where we're going to see something happen with the finance and banking sectors. So just keep an eye on that. As I said to many of you, you know, before the Mercury retrograde and stuff, check your passwords, make sure that you're careful with everything, you know, look after all of that stuff online. These last 2 weeks of the month, it's not a time to change passwords. So whatever you have is whatever you keep, unless, you know, obviously, you know, you can do it safely and securely, but just look after those sectors. Now, the other thing that I want to say to you as well for that fourth week of the month, because it's underneath your money card and you've got the Two of Pentacles, this could see you making a long-term financial decision or commitment. And you've got this Emperor card here as well. Whatever you're doing, this is something deeply personal, and it's something very much about investing in your future. And then finally, for your moons, for the new moon, that powerful new moon, or I say powerful new moon, it's a new moon in the sign of Libra, which is again offering that trine energy to you. You have the gate 29 and perseverance. I don't think this new moon's going to be about necessarily initiating anything new. I actually feel like this new moon's going to highlight to you what you should be continuing to work on, that you're going to have to find that perseverance to say, right, this is already up and running, this is already happening, this is what I need to continue with. For some of you, it might literally be the push that you need to start a certain idea. I'll give you an example. There's an idea that I have, and I've talked about this before, that when it came to me, it came fully formed, and it was so big that I was just like, I don't know what to do with this. It sat on pieces of paper because I didn't know. I think this Libra new moon could really reveal the steps to you. Maybe like whatever shows up around that time could say to you, this is what you need to do to make this thing a reality. So it might not necessarily be anything new or something that you're newly initiating. It might just be continuing on with something that's already kind of half in, half out, or half fully fledged. And your gate 24 returning, you have for the full moon in Aries. I like this. The words that I'm hearing in my mind are getting your mojo back, how Stella got her groove back. It's all of that. This new moon, this full moon in Aries is going to really get you fired up, and it's going to give you a really strong sense of what it is that you have to say, of what your personal message is in some way, shape or form. This is what you're going to feel inspired to really get out there or to share with the world. All in all, I think this could be a very good month for us, actually, so I will take it. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.